All right, you guys, here we go again. We're gonna be reacting to the live press conference of Rand Carthon, kind of talking things over with the media. We're gonna listen to it and react to it. Obviously, Rand Carthon, changing the game. I told everybody Rand has a master plan. So let's listen and let's react. Let's go.
Went over, pretty smooth. I feel really good about the draft class. And what these guys are going to be able to come in and do. I think we have some guys that are come in and compete to start. I think we have some guys that are come in and compete for spots and, make us a team with some depth. And, know there's still some holes to fill, and we're going to get to it. Left some open roster spots instead of filling it up with, just all college free agents. We want to be able to have some flexibility to sign some vets. And not have to just cut people. But looking forward to it. Anthony's up here with me, been a huge part and huge asset for our personnel department and the structure and running of the personnel department. So I'm glad he's up here to field all of your questions. So please feel free to direct all questions to him. I'm joking, but you guys got it.
Cedric said.
Hey, before we listen, I think Jim White's gonna ask the first question. Like, how do you? I could get why people keep saying Rand Carthon just is so like. He's just like, he's so good at talking. You could just listen to him, listen to him talk. Like, you just like, damn, I want to work for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hire me, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like, I could understand it. Like, he just is that type of person. He just lights up a room. He's always making people smile. He's always making people, ready to go. Both confidence, both it's just like, it's weird. It's like every time I see him, everyone around him is always happy, always excited, always ready to go. Like, it's something about this guy. I'm telling you, bro. He literally, like, Miss Amy, you hired the right guy for the job, bro. Let's get into this live press conference of the draft recap.
He didn't think he'd talk to you guys throughout. Was that the case? And how unusual that you draft a key guy without having had much or any conversation with him?
No, it was part of the process of doing that. When you bring guys in, sometimes you have questions, about guys, and you want to dig a little bit deeper. And Cedric was about as clean as they come.
Cedric, great.
So we felt comfortable with what we knew about him, and our contacts and the people that we know that has spent time with him. So it really wasn't a need to use that. We'd rather use that visit on someone else that we have more questions about.
Brownlee is more of a slot guy, or do you see him with the capability to play on the outside too?
Yeah, we see him as a guy that's got versatility to play inside and outside. He's a passionate guy. He's tough. He plays bigger than he measures. He's played inside. He's played outside. We feel like he can do both. Brings that versatility.
And you were down there. No, and I was gonna say, and he's a dog on teams.
Yeah.
You were down there in Mobile for the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, like, I expect, hopefully, we'll see. If he's going to be an automatic, if Cedric Gray comes in and he's an automatic starter day one, I don't really even want him on special teams too much, to be honest. I'd rather him just sitting there focused on being the green dot. You feel me? I think that's the right thing to do. But again, it's up to them. They're going to decide what they want to decide. Again, I like how they're talking about how versatile he is, how he can play outside, he can play inside. He can play, he's a dog on special teams, like Carthon was just saying. Like, he's that type of person that it's almost like we're hanging out with like a bunch of people who are related to Jeffery Simmons. It's crazy, bro. Like, everybody has that attitude. Like, it's like we're building our team around that type of personality. Football guys, people who love to have fun, people that are ready to play football and win for each other. I love this, man. I'm so excited about this era of Tennessee Titans football.
Senior Bowl, participants. Is that a coincidence, or what went into so many guys being picked for Mobile?
No, I think when you go down to Mobile, that's when you showcasing what you can do, right? You take these guys who've been at their university for the last 4 or 5 years, and now you put them in the environment of the Senior Bowl, and you give them new coaches. They're around different players, different schemes, and that's what you want to see. And a lot of these guys, rise to the occasion. They show up, they compete. To your question on Cedric Gray, he was a guy that we interviewed down at the Senior Bowl. So we were able to get in front of him, and we felt really good about, what we got from that interview. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for them to showcase what they have and for us to go down there and see them.
And with James Williams.
So, like, again, you guys, Cedric Gray is I'm very excited about him. I feel like we haven't had a true middle linebacker in what seems like forever. No disrespect to any of the guys that we've recently have, even Aziz or anybody, but even Gibby, man, no disrespect, big dog. You play hard, but just a little slow. I feel like this guy is going to be able to bring everything we need. And then Kenneth Murray Jr. is right next to him, bringing that explosion, coming off his arguably his best season ever. And having those two guys, and they're both dogs. They both have that same mentality. It's crazy. The type of team we're building, you're not going to see lazy bums like Christian Fulton, pouting and crying about anything. And whenever they do make a mistake, unlike Christian Fulton not taking blame, taking responsibility, they're going to own up for their own mistakes, and they're not going to blame their teammates. They're going to it's crazy, bro. Like, this team that we're building right now is going to be special.
He said that you guys have spoken to him about linebacker.
James Williams, they're talking about him right now, about linebacker and safety.
What did you see from him in Mobile?
Just a kid he's big kid. He's 6'3", he's 230 pounds. He's got long arms. He's played in the middle of the field. He's played down in the box.
Versatile.
Being able to see that on tape and see it live, really helps our evaluation. Frank Bush, did a good job of watching him and kind of projecting what he could be for us, and also help us on special teams.
5 of 7 on defense. I guess just how the board fell. I mean, going in, do you ever think, okay, we need to be heavy on defense, or just best players with defense?
That was how the board fell. And last year we went all offense. So let the board dictates, what happens.
Yes, sir. You got to see what the board is available. Who's there?
We kind of figured the front end of the draft would probably be heavy offense.
Yep.
And then the back half would be heavy defense, and that's kind of how it went for us. We were joking before we came up here. It's a lot of things. TD made the correlation to all the guys, that were at the Senior Bowls, and looking at the list, 5 out of the 7 guys we drafted, all names start with J. So maybe we have a thing with J names too. We got Jerome, and that's JC. Jerome, Jarvis, jha'quan, James, and
all
Jason.
These J names. We got Carthon's like, maybe we got a thing for people with J names. Everybody, 5 of 7 players have J names. That's crazy.
Remembering all those J's.
That's crazy.
Players all at different positions. Are there characteristics from each guy that are similar, you think, of what you're looking for in players that you would say stand out?
Football character. All these guys love football. All these guys are passionate about football.
Facts.
All these guys fit what we want this program to be and what we want this organization to be about.
No Christian
passion
Fultons.
and all the guys, when you hear these phone calls when we made them, how this moment was big for them, whether their name was called at 7 or at 2:52. You feel the passion in all of them. So that's one thing that stands out about all these young men.
You hear that? And that's what I talked about before, bro. When I was like, oh, it seems like we're getting a bunch of people that are like, it seems like they're all related to Jeffery Simmons, and it's because that's the type of team we want. We want a team that's a family that works together. We don't care if you get 14 sacks, if you get 1 sack, as long as you're doing your job and helping the team win. That's what matters, bro. Like, this is crazy. Everybody is a football guy. Everybody loves football. Everybody cares about football. And everybody's ready to play football at a high level. Like, Carthon, you're a fucking genius, man. Fucking genius.
Okay for the jha'quan Jackson call?
Man, it was so much to that call. So it was a cool moment, especially with his relationship with Tajay. And talking to Tajay literally right after, got a FaceTime from him. He probably FaceTimed me 2 more times after that, then sent a text. And then jha'quan, called
jha'quan speedy,
Colt
bro.
And Levine, and asking when can he come, how soon can he get here. Him and Tajay might be driving here now for all I know, but I know he's excited to be here.
You hear this? Tajay getting jha'quan is huge, bro. Like, and again, if I mess up with a name here and there, it's all good. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. All these J names are crazy. But Tajay, again, he had his big brother Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry's gone. Now he gets to be the big brother, and he has familiarity with that with the young dude. Like, this is perfect, bro. Like, oh man, like Carthon is him, bro. Like, how are you not? I got goosebumps, bro. How are you not excited about this season? How are you not excited to be a Titans fan? I don't give a damn what anybody else says. I'm a Titans fan for life, and I love this football team, and I'll die I'll die donning these colors. My coffin's gonna have a Titans flag on it. It's gonna have Titans engravings. It's gonna have all that shit, bro. So again, I love this team. I love what Rank Carthon is building. I love the family that we're forming here. And every time we go out to play somebody, whether it's Sunday, Thursday, in Mexico City, it don't matter, London, who cares? We're going out as one. And you better bring your big boy pants, because if you don't, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. We're gonna go out there like bare knuckle fighting championships, and we're gonna knock you out like Mike Perry, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. We're gonna Thiago Alvarez your ass. Night night. I love it, bro. I love it. Let's continue this.
You to have a guy, well, really both of them is have a guy wanting to be here that bad.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I think that means a lot, because he's got kind of familiarity with the team, with having Tajay on the team, so he kind of know what to expect, because Tajay's been in the building, new staff, kind of, laid out the parameters of what is expected, so he'll know that coming in.
Exactly.
Sorry.
No, and I was gonna say, I think I think a lot of kids that we visited with, that we met with, if they had their choice, would want to be here, just for the environment, and like I said, what this city provides, what this state provides, and I think that shows, and I think that's big for all of us here.
What did you guys see in jha'quan that really set him apart from some of the guys taken around him, and how much does his ability in punt return potentially going to play a factor this fall?
I think he's a guy he's a dual returner.
He's a dual returner. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, bro. We need a reliable ass returner. We haven't had that dual returner since Mark Mariani or Pac-Man Jones. And those are some names for you. I don't care. Shout out to Mark Mariani, man. One of the GOATs for returners for us. But we need somebody like that, and somebody we can also use not just as a returner. We need you in there also for, for multi-purposes. That's what we need, bro. And he can be in there for gadget plays, go routes, everything like that. He's not 150 pounds like Xavier Worthy. I know he's not he doesn't run that fast, but he does run 4.42 or 4.43, I believe. And in pads, you should see how fast he is. Go routes. End arounds. Poster, anything like that. He can do that stuff. Quick passes, if you get him the ball in space on the flats, he's fucking quick in acceleration, he's gone. And again, you heard it there, Rank Carthon, clear as day, dual returner. I'm so excited about that, bro. Let's go.
I think he can kick return, I think he can punt return, and he has an element that he could bring to the offense. So he was a complete guy for us.
I love it.
And it just made sense, especially with, this new kickoff rule that we're all trying to figure out, and it's essentially the first play of offense, the way it's going to be run. And so you need a guy that has, run the daylight skill set.
Let's go, baby!
Make something out of nothing.
jha'quan's here to play now! Day one starter.
Most of these young guys
Day
have,
one starter.
ways to go, because they don't press much in college. Especially when you're fast, people play off of you because they're scared of the speed. So that's a part of his game that he'll continue to work on. And, with Coach Tyke Tolbert, who specializes in, developing these young receivers, have no doubt in my mind that he'll learn how to do that.
Is there one spot?
So what they're saying is like, Rank Carthon is saying in college, a lot of the people like to, they don't really press as much, especially on the faster guys, because they don't want to just get ran by and stuff like that. But in here, they're stronger, they're older, they're better. Obviously, it's the NFL, so he's going to be working with them. Hand techniques, off the ball, all that types of stuff is what they're talking about there.
You view Harrell at, or you going to kind of try him at a bunch of different spots to figure out where he fits?
I think with our offense, versatility is key. And so all these
Facts.
guys will be cross-trained at
Hell
multiple
yeah.
positions.
Hell yeah.
Whether it's
Gotta be versatile.
Colin, D-Hop, everybody will know X, Z, and F. And so I think
All the receivers are going to learn all the positions.
Probably start him off at C or X and see how he does on the inside at F. So eventually he'll know all three.
With Jalen Harrell in it.
Oh, sorry, my bad. You did.
Jace.
No, Jalen will be outside backer.
Jalen Harrell's going to be an outside
probably,
backer.
Maybe start him off at Sam. He's an outside guy with some athleticism and some twitch and some speed. And obviously rushing will be a part of his game, so we'll find the best home for him.
So we'll find the best home for him. Okay, I like that.
Or as a guy who can both set the edge and rush, or you see more as a situational rusher?
Nah, he can play all three. He's a a guy that plays extremely hard.
They think,
plays
hey,
extremely
he thinks he can
physical.
play all three. Okay.
You know, we'll continue to develop his hand use and proper technique and what we're going to do here and what we're going to use. But I see him as a 3-down player.
Wow.
You about Latham and Sweat, but what are maybe some of the immediate characteristics that stand out about both those guys on each side of the ball?
Big guys, physical guys.
Big, physical.
You know, JC, we did a lot of work on him. We did a lot of work on both of those guys, but the first thing that comes to mind for both of those guys is size. You know, you win the game in the trenches.
Yeah, you win the game in the trenches. Preach.
You were on that trip to go see him, you know, trying to project like how a guy like that could fit into this city. Like, how did that process work for you?
No, I think the trip was good. We got a chance to meet, you know, him, meet some of his family members, mom, really get him in his environment, you know, where he was comfortable, and you know, he did a good job, and you know, he presented himself well. Just a good dude, good family, good mom.
Amazing. JC Latham's a
point
beast.
where you were close to moving up, moving back throughout the 7 rounds, one time closer than the other.
Oh yeah, we were, you know, trying to get active in there in the fourth round. You know, pretty early, had some guys up there. You know, just trying to figure out, you know, whether Cedric or some other guys would be there when we got ready to pick.
So,
you know, you start seeing it's one of those things where you call around, you try to see if there's going to be some interest, see if people are trying to move back.
So Rand was like really worried about Cedric Gray. Like you could tell that Rand and the Titans were really, really high on Cedric Gray. I'm really glad that he fell to us because it almost seemed like the Titans were almost biting their nails, hoping that he would fall to them.
And there were some situations where people wanted to move back and we were looking to move forward. But it was one of those where you start to get antsy because you get a feeling of what's going on around you and you don't want to lose your guy. And,
you hear that?
You know,
he said there was opportunities to even possibly move up, move back. He's like, you're getting antsy because you don't want to lose your guy. And again, his guy is Gray. He wanted Gray so bad. You can clearly tell. And we got him.
A-Rob and Chad and Callie and everybody else in the room, you know, was like, hey, we can sit tight. And we were able to do that. And Cedric was still there.
Cedric's still there.
Like the corner
Crazy.
Through both the draft and free agency, and how much
Day one starter.
physicality and aggression a part of the idea there?
Yeah, I feel good with where we are. You know, obviously starting with free agency, you know, getting Cheeto. And being able to swing the trade to get LJ and having Roger already here. And, you know, then drafting, you know, Jarvis today and, you know, having other guys here. That,
we got a
you know,
brand new
Trey
fucking
Evans
team,
played,
fellas.
You know, a ton of ball for
brand
us
new
and some
team.
other guys. So makes the group competitive. And then when you have a defensive coordinator in Denard and you have Chris Harris as your, you know, corners coach, physicality is going to be a part of what we do.
Hell yeah.
And so I think the way Denard has already addressed the group and how his daily meetings are with the group, I think they know what the expectation is, and I think all those guys are ready to meet it.
Cedric, somebody you guys think has the requisite traits to wear the green dot?
I was waiting on the green dot.
The green dot. They're going to talk about the green dot.
No, we do. We do think he has those traits. He's an extremely smart guy. He's a 3-year starter, 2-time captain. He has the ability. Didn't have to do it at North Carolina because of the guys he had around him, but he is very capable. You know, as is, you know, Jack Gibbons, as is other guys on our team. So we'll let those guys, you know, figure that part out with Denard and Coach Bush. But, yeah, we feel like we got more than enough guys capable of wearing the green dot.
From the first part of free agency.
I want to know who you guys think. Who do you guys want to be the green dot? Kenneth Murray Jr. You could have Gibby. You can have Gray. I want Gray. I want him to come in there and be our starting middle linebacker, rookie season. He'll get 100 tackles easy, bro. Like, this guy is a beast, bro. Give him like 2-3 picks as well. I'm telling you, bro. I see like a lot of talent in that guy. I didn't even know he was gonna like 4th round. What's wrong with people?
The draft. What are you most excited about with the team that you have now versus the end of the season?
I'm just most excited about, you know, this coaching staff and the way they've come in and kind of
this coaching staff looks great.
You know, of the place, and how they're, you know, how the guys have taken to them. And I'm just ready to get these guys out on the grass.
Hell yeah!
You know, I was
can't wait to see
joking with
this
Callie
team
earlier. I was like, once we get past this last pick, you know, homie, it's all yours. You know, and it's time for the ball to take place. And so,
yes, sir.
We're really excited about that part. Ready to get these rookies in here in a little while get them acclimated with the vets. I thought, like I mentioned earlier, I thought the vet mini camp went really well.
Hell yeah.
Participation this whole off season has been great. And now, we got several rookies that are chomping at the bit to be here. And so now they get to have their mini camp and then roll right in, with the vets. So it'll be good to get everybody here.
Fire.
About
Fire.
3 tight ends on the roster. There's still only 3 tight ends on the roster. Is that an area where you figure you have to go back out in free agency and add a veteran?
We don't have 3 anymore. more announcements to come.
He said, we don't have 3 anymore. More announcements to come. Those are the tight ends that we brought in afterward. Rank Carthon is the GOAT.
This year ago compared to last, did you feel more comfortable?
All smiles over there on two-tone blue, fellas.
Your first draft that you were able to take.
Everyone's just happy, smiling.
From
Everybody.
First year was, I was a rookie. You didn't know what to expect. It's different when you spent 16 years executing someone else's vision. And then, you get into that first year and it's yours. And now you realize everything falls on you. Rather, no matter what people are saying, you have to make that decision and pull those cards off. And, this year I was more comfortable, in that, and especially being able to anticipate runs on positions and using, all the different tools we have available. I thought Sarah Bailey did a hell of a job, and being able to, talk to us and show us the numbers and when these positional runs were going to happen. And so we could anticipate those things and, understand and know who could be there for us. So it was more of a comfort thing. This year, I don't know why this year felt so much longer than last year. But I know we looked at it was like one point when the 4th round ended, felt like we had already been through the 6th round, and we just knew we had a long day ahead of us. But it was just more of a comfort thing.
Every time he, like I said, man, every time he talks, it's crazy, bro. It's like, it's gotta be amazing working with and or for this guy. Like, it's crazy. This team's gonna be so well coached, and that's the main thing that he's excited about is seeing. He said seeing these coaches. We went out and just didn't sign random coaches. We brought in arguably the best offensive line coach, which is Brian Callahan's dad. We brought over so many great players, so many great coaches, players, so many great. Like when you look at like even the draft, the draft, the free agent, everything is like this team is nothing like last year's team. That's why it's weird when you keep hearing people compare the two. It's like it's unbelievable to me.
Likely you need to return to the veteran market at safety.
Yeah, we're going to continue to look at the safety spot, and that's one that we're going to address. Like we talked about before, it's a lot of good veteran safeties that are out there on the street, and we knew that there would be. So you didn't have to overreach, for a guy, if you will, in the draft, knowing that what was
Titans are bringing in a safety.
72 with the draft class. They said maybe not sign all free agents to get to the 90. You're talking maybe 12, 13, and what's your number there for UDFA?
Roughly. The hard part about the UDFA process is nobody signed.
That's crazy.
You've had the conversations. You feel good with where they are, and it's like college recruiting, because that's really what it is. It's college recruiting. You may have commitments, but they're not yours until they sign. So things could still happen. Overnight. You potentially could lose some. You could potentially gain some. So. To your what number did you throw out, Jim?
13,
roughly.
Wanting to add some maybe veterans safety in another spot or two. Do you want to maybe get through the off-season program, do it right before camp, and see what you've got?
That's a good question. When do they want to add that safety?
Nah, because I think for us, we'll figure out what the right time is. But also, when you're a new regime, you want to get everybody in, everybody on the same footing. Especially because a lot of these guys that are available, they hadn't done anything since last season. So we need to see them move around, as opposed to just hoping that they're in shape. And they're vets, and they will be. But it's a difference when you get them in your program, get them acclimated to how you're going to do things and how you want things done. So it's probably better to get them in sooner than later.
Man, you guys, I'll tell you what, I'm so excited. Great press conference. Rank Carthon letting everybody know. He's happy with the draft. Clearly wanted Cedric Gray really bad and got him. So let's go see what we do. I want everyone to respond. How do you guys feel about the live press conference, the draft recap that they gave. I like it all. I really do. I like how they brought in the guys to, to fit in to what we're building here. The attitude, the we instead of me, team first. I love it, man. And I love all of the draft picks. I really do. I think everybody is going to have a role. I think everybody's going to have an opportunity. And I'm excited, even with jha'quan. I'm excited to see him returning both punts and kicks and doing his thing at the receiver spot when he gets opportunity. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like and hit that red button to subscribe. Make sure you do that. Tighten up Code Blue Cyclops swag. You can't spell Titans without putting that T-A in it. I love y'all. Let's go.